Hello, and welcome to another segment of Keeping Abreast with Karen. On this gloomy Memory Monday here in Metairie, Louisiana, we have joining us from sunny Alabama, Mrs. Brandi Gerrets. How are you today, Brandi?
I'm doing well, doing well. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. Brandi is an honoree from 2019, and she's joining us today to tell us her story of her breast cancer journey. And you have a very similar story, Brandi, as a recent guest we had, Mrs. Shirley Werner. Tell us how your world came to a screeching halt in the middle of planning your wedding, and take it from there.
Okay. Well, yeah, my husband now and I got engaged Thanksgiving 2018, and I'm sorry, 2017. Yeah. And so, during the planning of the wedding that summer, 2018, we actually found out about the breast cancer. And I mean, like you mentioned, it's kind of the happiest time of your life up until that point, where you're planning a wedding and everything's so exciting and you have parties and all this kind of stuff that you're planning. And I mean, you just want to celebrate like your love for each other and just be around all your loved ones. I mean, that was a big thing for us, was getting everybody together and just pouring love into the people that we love, our wedding party and family and friends. And so it was, I mean, I don't remember exactly. I don't think it changed any schedule or anything, but it definitely emotionally, affected us. I think it made us kind of, realize that for better or worse, it, kind of meant a lot before we even took those vows, because
Sure.
it was one of those things where, hey, you want to get engaged? Yeah, let's start this great, happily ever after. Oh, well, there's a little bump. We got to get through that one first. And I mean, Aaron was amazing about it, as you can imagine, and super supportive. And we just did what we needed to do and got through it. So.
And that is a huge part of your healing process. And unfortunately, there are some significant others that don't manage this part of life well, and sometimes they quit, sometimes they just pretend like it isn't happening. But as you said, Aaron is a very special man, and he was completely supportive of your situation. What did he do to offer his support to you? And you were probably having some weak moments. How did he handle that?
I mean, I still get emotional thinking about all of it, and he's so steady and just with everything, logical thinking, and taught me through a lot of stuff. And this is the steps and the plan, and this is what we're gonna do. And a big thing for me was, we were engaged and we were planning all this, and we were living together at the time, so I was excited about all that. Well, I had to move back to Baton Rouge to do all of my treatments and everything. Mm-hmm. So during the surgery and the healing process, I did go back home to our house in New Orleans. But then when I started radiation, I went and stayed with my mom and dad. And my mom had been through something similar. So she was, there every step of the way, because Aaron was working full time and couldn't go to all the radiation appointments. But I mean, it wasn't necessarily about physically being there. Like, he was so supportive through it all, just emotionally, and, would come in on the weekends and, just make sure that any time that he could get with me, he was there. And I don't know, it's just, and it's one of those things too, it's part of you and it's changing, and you kind of have that, I don't know, there's insecurities, I guess. And I mean, he just, made sure that I knew that that was never an issue, and he loved me and he was there for me, and it was going to be okay.
And that's all important. Typically, breast cancer is an older woman's problem, but as we know, younger women can be diagnosed. And you have a family history of breast cancer, and that happened to be your mother. And was she as young as you were with her diagnosis, or tell us a little bit about that? How old were you when this all started coming to fruition?
So I was 31. She was 37, I believe. And my sister and I both started getting checked pretty young. I think I was 27. And it was actually, I mean, honestly, just God's work, because I was going to, regular gynecology appointments and getting mammograms. And that January, my gynecologist told me, she said, I really want you to go see a breast specialist. And at the time, I was like, okay, this must be routine. It didn't scare me. It didn't, I was like, okay, this is routine. And then I told my sister, and my sister's 5 years older than me, and she had never been recommended to anybody. So then when I went in April to see the breast specialist, that's who found the
Wow.
cluster of calcifications. And not that another doctor wouldn't have found that, but since she's a breast specialist, I feel like she was more thorough.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I wouldn't have gone to her if my previous doctor hadn't suggested that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, I was 31 when they found it, and it was exactly the same thing that my mom had, although both of us had tested negative for all the gene strands. So that was just interesting. And the only difference is that the cluster of calcifications they found in me was much, much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's due to finding it earlier. They found it sooner than, 6 years sooner than they found it with my mom.
And thank goodness we're finding them earlier and
Mm-hmm.
earlier, because your survival rate increases in the 90 percentages, and that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
So even though your wedding day was the biggest day of your life, you had an even bigger one shortly thereafter, and his name is Henry, and he's so stinking cute. And you are living the happily ever after. Tell us about that. Tell us about your life now.
Okay, so yeah, we got married in September, and then we had honeymoon baby. So his birthday's in May. And then, we moved to Alabama for Aaron's job, and it's been fun. I mean, we love living over here. We miss family and friends, of course, but we're in a cute area, and it's safe, and it's a lot of families and little kids for Henry to play with. So it's super cute. And we celebrated his 1-year birthday, and then we recently found out that we're expecting number 2.
This is groundbreaking.
Yeah,
I've never got an announcement on a podcast before.
Yes, ma'am. So
Brandi, we're so excited for you.
Thank you.
And
So
for
I joke
Aaron,
with him.
him
Oh,
too.
he's so excited. He's so excited. I joke with him and I tell him, with our first wedding anniversary in September, we had see Chuck. We had a one baby. Now our second year anniversary, number 2 is on the way. So
Oh, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness. We got to get rid of this COVID crap so that we can put all these babies together and have a good play date.
Mm-hmm. But I keep telling Aaron, because with Henry, like obviously a blessing, but we weren't planning that soon to have a baby. And I keep telling Aaron, I'm like, God knows something we don't know.
Yeah.
He's planning it out for us. So
y'all make it all look so easy. You make being married look easy. You guys love each other so much. You make being a parent look easy with all of your posts with Henry. I'm sure.
I think it's just, Aaron, he's so easy and he's so lovable, and he loves me, and it makes being here with him easy. And then, our baby is just, I think, the cutest little best thing ever. So
he is so cute.
Yeah, there's a reason God makes him so cute.
I know. It's absolutely true. Yeah. Oh, honey, I'm so happy for you. And I'm so grateful that you shared that news with us on our podcast. Yes, what a great way to announce it. Well, we're not going to take up any more of your time because I know Henry's probably waiting for mommy to give him his attention, your attention.
Rustle around during that nap. So.
Yeah. Well, we love you so much. We're so happy.
Thank you.
And y'all take care, and we hope to see you very soon.
See y'all soon.
All right, babe. Bye-bye. Thank you. Mwah.